guidance and lay your plans before Him. This habit shifts your mindset from I have to do it all to I'm trusting God to walk with me. It's a game changer. Life has a way of pulling us in every direction. Responsibilities, deadlines, and distractions can steal our focus. But when you start your day with God, you anchor yourself in something unshakable. You'll notice that the stress doesn't hit as hard and the challenges don't feel as overwhelming. Why? Because you've already reminded yourself that you're not in this alone. Putting God first also means trusting Him with your priorities. Sometimes we try to control every detail of our lives, but control is an illusion. The real power comes from surrender. When you say, God, I'm giving this to you, you release the weight of trying to carry it all yourself. Trusting God's plan will take you further than anything you could do on your own. Another part of putting God first is obedience. That's a tough word for some, but it simply means following His guidance. When you feel that nudge in your spirit to take a step of faith, listen. When something doesn't feel right, pause and pray. God's way is always better, even when it doesn't make sense at the moment. And don't forget, putting God first isn't just about the big decisions. It's in the small, everyday choices. How you treat others, how you spend your time, and how you handle setbacks all reflect whether you made Him your priority. Even in the mundane, God is there guiding and shaping you for something greater. When you put God first in your lifestyle, you'll see a ripple effect in every area of your life. Your relationships will grow stronger. Your goals will have greater purpose, and your peace will become unshakable. It's not just about having a better year, it's about building a life that reflects the greatness of God working through you. Too many of us drag our past into the present, and then we wonder why we can't move forward. Let me tell you, the past is a heavy load, and it's not meant to be carried forever. If you're holding on to regrets, failures, or even old victories, you're robbing yourself of what God has for you today. The first step to a new year is letting go of the old one. Living in the past doesn't just hold you back, it blinds you. You can't see the opportunities in front of you because you're too focused on what's behind you. God didn't bring you into 2024 so you could stay stuck in 2023. He's got new blessings, new lessons, and new paths for you, but you've got to open your eyes to see them. Forgiveness plays a big role in moving forward. Some of you are holding on to grudges and bitterness from last year, and it's eating you alive. Let it go. Forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. When you forgive, you're not saying what they did was okay. You're saying, I'm not letting this control me anymore. The same goes for forgiving yourself. Maybe you made mistakes last year, big ones. But guess what? God's grace is bigger. Stop replaying your failures like a broken record. Learn from them, yes, but then leave them where they belong in the past. You're not defined by what you did. You're defined by who God says you are. And let's talk about old victories for a moment. Sometimes we get so comfortable in our past successes that we stop striving for more. You can't live off yesterday's wins. Celebrate them, but don't care about there. God has more for you, and staying stuck in what was can keep you from what's next. Moving forward also means embracing change. Change is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. You can't step into a new season with an old mindset. Be willing to let go of the familiar and trust God to lead you into the unknown. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you step out in faith. Remember, the past is a teacher, not a prison. Learn from it, but don't live in it. God's mercies are new every morning. And that includes this morning, this year, and this moment. Step into what's ahead with confidence, knowing that the best is yet to come. There's power in putting pen to paper. When you write down your vision and goals, you're taking a step of faith. You're saying, this is what I believe God has placed in my heart. It's not just a task, it's a declaration. A vision without action is just a dream. But when you write it down, you make it real and tangible. Writing your goals isn't about making a wish list. It's about partnering with God and what he's calling you to do. Be specific. Don't just say, I want to grow spiritually. Write down how you do it, whether it's spending 15 minutes in prayer daily, reading a chapter of the Bible, or joining a small group. Clarity is key. A written vision also keeps you accountable. Life gets busy and distractions will come. Having your goals in writing serves as a constant reminder of what you're working toward. It keeps you focused when things get tough, and it reignites your passion when motivation fades. It's important to pray over your vision and goals. Ask God to guide your plans, to open doors that need to be opened and close the ones that don't serve your purpose. When you invite him into your planning, you're not just chasing success, you're chasing significance. Don't be afraid to dream big. God didn't give you small talent, so why settle for small goals? Step out of your comfort zone and aim higher than you think you can reach. Remember, with God, all things are possible. Your vision should challenge you and push you to rely on his strength. Revisit your goals regularly. This isn't a set it and forget it situation. Reflect on your progress, adjust when needed, and celebrate your wins along the way. Writing your vision isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey and the growth that happens in the process. When you take the time to write down your vision and goals, you're setting the stage for a year of purpose and intentionality. You're saying, I'm ready to move forward and I trust God to lead me. A written vision is a powerful tool, and when paired with faith and action, it can transform your year. The people you allow into your life will either push you closer to God or pull you away from him. Your circle matters more than you realize. If you're spending time with people who drain your energy, doubt your dreams, or discourage your faith, it's time for a change. You need a circle that lifts you, not one that tears you down. Faith-filled people inspire you to grow. They don't let you settle for mediocrity because they see the greatness in you. These are the people who will pray for you, encourage you, and hold you accountable. They're the ones who remind you of God's promises when you feel like giving up. Your circle should reflect your values. If you're trying to walk with God but surrounding yourself with negativity, it's like trying to run a race with weights tied to your ankles. Faith-filled people help you stay grounded and focused. They create an environment where growth is not just possible, it's inevitable. Be intentional about finding and maintaining these relationships. Join a church group, connect with mentors, or reach out to like-minded friends. Building a strong, faith-filled circle doesn't happen by accident. It takes effort, but the rewards are worth it. Not everyone in your life is meant to go with you into this new season. Some relationships served their purpose in the past, but now it's time to move forward. Letting go isn't easy, but it's necessary. Trust that God will fill the space with the right people at the right time. Faith-filled people challenge you in the best ways. They don't just agree with everything you say, they lovingly call you out when you're off track. They encourage you to step out in faith even when it's uncomfortable. Their presence in your life pushes you to be the best version of yourself. When you surround yourself with faith-filled people, you're not just building a circle, you're building a fortress. These relationships will support you through the highs and lows, and they'll remind you that with God and the right people by your side, there's nothing you can't handle. Waiting is one of the hardest things to do, but it's also one of the most important. When you trust God in the waiting, you're showing faith in his timing. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about how you wait. It's about trusting that God is working behind the scenes even when you can't see it. God's timing is perfect, but it rarely aligns with our schedules. We live in a world that demands instant results, but God works in seasons. Sometimes he slows you down because he's preparing you for something greater. Trust that the delay isn't denial, it's divine preparation. The waiting season is where growth happens. It's where your character is developed and your faith is strengthened. You may not understand why things are taking so long, but know this: God is not wasting your time. He's using it to refine you and prepare you for what's coming. While you wait, don't just sit idle. Waiting isn't about doing nothing, it's about doing the right things. Keep praying, keep serving, and keep moving forward. Faith is active, not passive. Trusting God doesn't mean sitting back, it means stepping forward in obedience, even when the outcome isn't clear. Doubt and impatience will try to creep in during the waiting. You'll question if God heard your prayers or if he's forgotten about you. But remember, his promises are true and his word never fails. When doubt knocks, answer with faith. When impatience rises, remind yourself that God's timing is always better than your own. Waiting also teaches you to appreciate the blessing when it finally comes. When you've had to wait, work, and trust, you don't take the result for granted. The journey makes the destination that much sweeter. It's in the waiting that your gratitude grows deeper and your faith becomes unshakable. Trusting God in the waiting isn't easy, but it's worth it. It's in these moments that you learn to lean on him fully, to surrender your timeline, and to walk in faith. The waiting isn't a waste, it's a gift, a chance to grow closer to God and to prepare for the incredible things he has in store for you. Habits shape your life, and if you're not intentional about them, they'll shape it for you in ways you don't want. Starting the new year with God means taking a hard look at your daily routines and asking yourself, are these habits leading me closer to God or pulling me away? Small, consistent actions can create massive changes over time. So it's critical to align your habits with your faith and goals. Your mornings set the tone for your entire day. If you're waking up and scrolling through your phone, you're already letting the world control your mind. Instead, start your day with prayer, scripture, or just a few moments of gratitude. Even 5 minutes can make a difference. By dedicating the first part of your day to God, you're setting the foundation for a day filled with purpose and direction. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. Habits don't form overnight, but they're built through small, intentional steps. If you want to grow spiritually, make it a habit to spend time with God every day. If you want to improve your health, start with one healthy meal or a short walk. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Be mindful of what you allow into your mind and heart. Your habits aren't just about what you do, they're also about what you consume. The music you listen to, the shows you watch, the conversations you engage in, all of these shape your thoughts and ultimately your actions. Choose wisely. Accountability is a game changer when it comes to habits. Share your goals with someone who will encourage you and hold you accountable. This could be a friend, a mentor, or even a community group. Having someone to walk with you on this journey makes it easier to stay consistent, even when motivation wanes. Identify the habits that are holding you back and replace them with ones that propel you forward. This might mean letting go of procrastination, negative self-talk, or toxic relationships. Breaking bad habits is never easy, but with God's help and a clear vision, it's possible. Being intentional about your habits isn't just about self-improvement, it's about aligning your actions with your faith and purpose. When your daily routines reflect your values and goals, you're not just living, you're thriving. The words you speak have power. What you say about yourself, your situation, and your future can either build you up or tear you down. If you want to start the year off right, you've got to be intentional about speaking life, positivity, and faith into every area of your life. Your words shape your reality, so choose them wisely. Stop talking about what you can't do and start declaring what you can do. Instead of saying, I'll never reach my goal, say, with God's help, I will achieve everything he's called me to. Instead of complaining about your challenges, Declare that there are opportunities for growth and learning. Faith-filled words have the power to shift your mindset and your circumstances. What you say to yourself matters just as much as what you say to others. Self-talk can either lift you or tear you down, making a habit to speak kindly to yourself. Remind yourself of your worth, your strength, and the promises God has for you. Don't let self-doubt or fear dictate the narrative of your life. Surround yourself with people who speak life into you. If you're constantly around negativity, it's hard to stay positive. Choose friends, mentors, and communities that encourage you and remind you of God's goodness. Their words will reinforce the positive mindset you're building within yourself. Speaking positivity doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging the challenges while choosing to focus on solutions and possibilities. It's about believing that with God, all things are possible, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Words have the power to heal, encourage, and inspire. Use your words to build others up. Speak blessings over your family, friends, and coworkers. A kind word or a heartfelt compliment can make someone's day and create a ripple effect of positivity. When you make it a habit to speak positivity and faith over your life, you're aligning yourself with God's promises. You're choosing to see the good, believe in the best, and trust that God is working everything out for your good. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Comfort zones feel safe, but they're also where dreams go to die. If you're serious about starting the year with God and reaching new heights, you've got to prioritize discipline over comfort. It's not easy, but it's always worth it. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early to pray, even when the bed feels too cozy. It's choosing to eat healthy, even when junk food is calling your name. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about consistency and commitment. Comfort is temporary, but growth is permanent. When you push yourself out of your comfort zone, you discover strengths you didn't know you had. You learn to rely on God in ways you never had before. Every challenge you face becomes an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Discipline also builds resilience. Life will throw obstacles your way, but discipline helps you push through them. It teaches you to keep going when things get tough and to persevere when the odds are against you. With God's strength and your determination, there's nothing you can't overcome. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back. Discipline isn't about never making mistakes. It's about getting back up every time you fall. When you stumble, remind yourself that failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture and trust that God is guiding your steps. Surround yourself with disciplined people. Their habits and mindset will inspire you to stay on track. Whether it's a workout buddy, a prayer partner, or a mentor, having someone to walk this journey with you makes a world of difference. When you choose discipline over comfort, you're choosing progress, growth, and transformation. You're choosing to partner with God in becoming the person He created you to be. One of the hardest life lessons is learning to trust God's timing. We want things to happen now, or at least when we think they should. But God operates on a different schedule, one that's perfect even when it doesn't make sense to us. Trusting His timing is about surrendering control and believing that He knows what's best for you, even when the waiting feels unbearable. Patience can lead to unnecessary mistakes. When you rush ahead of God, you end up settling for less than what He has for you. It's like planting seeds and then digging them up because they don't grow fast enough. Trust that the seeds you've planted in faith will sprout in God's perfect time. Trusting God's timing means letting go of frustration when things don't go as planned. It means understanding that delays are not denial. Sometimes God makes you wait because He's preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. The waiting period is often the growing period. Patience requires faith, and faith requires action. While you wait, don't sit idle. Prepare yourself for what you're praying for. If you're asking God for a new job, work on your skills. If you're praying for a relationship, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Trusting God's timing doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing your part while believing He'll do His. God's timing is always tied to His purpose for your life. Sometimes He delays a blessing because the timing isn't right for you to fully appreciate or handle it. Trust that He sees the bigger picture and knows exactly when to move on your behalf. Surround yourself with reminders of God's faithfulness. Look back on times when you thought God was late, but later realized He was right on time. These reminders will strengthen your faith and help you trust Him more deeply as you move forward. Waiting on God's timing isn't easy, but it's always worth it. When you align yourself with the schedule, you'll find peace, clarity, and a deeper sense of purpose in everything you do. Gratitude is a powerful mindset shift. It takes your focus off what you lack and places it on what you have. Complaining keeps you stuck in negativity, but gratitude moves you forward with hope and joy. If you want to start the year strong, make it a habit to choose gratitude every single day, no matter your circumstances. Life isn't perfect, but there's always something to be grateful for. Maybe it's the roof over your head, the food on your table, or the simple fact that you woke up this morning. Gratitude doesn't ignore your challenges, it acknowledges the blessings that exist alongside them. Complaining only magnifies problems. It keeps you focused on what's wrong and blinds you to the opportunities around you. Gratitude, on the other hand, opens your eyes to the possibilities and reminds you that God is still in control, even when life feels chaotic. Gratitude changes your perspective. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what can I learn from this? It helps you see challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you can't control to what you can. Make gratitude a daily practice. Start a gratitude journal or take a few moments each morning to thank God for your blessings. This simple habit can transform your mindset and set a positive tone for your entire day. Gratitude is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Surround yourself with grateful people. Negativity is contagious, but so is gratitude. When you're around people who focus on the good, it becomes easier to do the same. Their positivity will inspire you to look for the silver linings in your own life. Choosing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the hard parts of life. It means choosing to see God's hand in every situation. Faith declares that He's working all things together for your good. The weight of the past could hold you back if you let it. Carrying disappointments, failures, and regrets into a new year is like trying to run a race with a backpack full of bricks. To truly move forward, you've got to let go of what's behind you and trust God to lead you into what's ahead. Letting go doesn't mean pretending the past didn't happen. It means acknowledging it, learning from it, and choosing not to let it define you. Your past is a part of your story, but it doesn't have to dictate your future. Disappointments can cloud your vision. They can make you hesitant to dream big or take risks. But God didn't create you to live in fear or doubt. He created you to live boldly, trusting that He's already gone before you to prepare the way. Forgive yourself for past mistakes. Holding on to guilt and shame only keeps you stuck. God's grace is bigger than your failures, and His forgiveness is complete. If He's let it go, you should too. Letting go of the past also means releasing grudges and resentment. Holding on to anger only hurts you, it doesn't affect the other person. Choose forgiveness, not for their sake, but for yours. Free yourself from the emotional baggage that's weighing you down. Focus on what God is doing now. The Bible says His mercies are new every morning. That means every day is a fresh start, a new opportunity to walk in His purpose for your life. Don't let yesterday's setbacks keep you from today's blessings. When you let go of past disappointments, you're making room for new opportunities, new growth, and new blessings. You're stepping into the future with faith and confidence, knowing that God's plans for you are greater than anything you've left behind. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. God didn't create you to live a small, safe life. He created you to do great things for His glory. Starting the new year with God means daring to dream bigger, stepping out in faith, and believing that He can do immeasurably more than you could ever ask or imagine. Big dreams require big faith. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone, but that's not where growth happens. When you dream big, you're saying to God, I trust you to do the impossible in my life. You're putting your faith into action and opening the door for Him to move in extraordinary ways. Don't let fear hold you back. Fear will tell you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not qualified enough. But God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. If He's placed a dream in your heart, He's already equipped you with everything you need to achieve it. Surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge you. Big dreams require a strong support system. Find mentors, friends, and communities that believe in you and push you to reach higher. Their encouragement will fuel your faith and keep you motivated. Take the first step, even if you don't see the whole path. God rarely shows us the entire journey up front. He asks us to trust Him one step at a time. When you take that first step in faith, He'll reveal the next one and the next until you reach the destination He's prepared for you. Dreaming big isn't about personal gain, it's about making an impact.